Hello there, people of the world, and welcome to today's episode of Coffee Chats with Jax. Today I am in LA, back again here in honestly what it feels like my hometown. Like, I know I'm from Colorado, but being in LA, I've been getting really emotional the past few days because honestly, guys, I really became myself in LA. And I know that I've talked about that before, but this trip I've done a lot of reflecting on why it is that LA as a city makes me emotional. And I think it's because this is the city where I really learned who I was, but really who Jesus was. It's really cool because there's like a wonder, an innocence, I guess is another way of putting it, out here in California about who Jesus is, because it's not loud and in your face all the time, and it's not really part of like the culture and part of the normal hobbies of everyday life. Like when you introduce yourself to someone, the first question you're asked is, well, what church do you go to? It's something really sacred and special out here. And I was sitting outside this morning reading and remembering the times that I felt the closest to Jesus, and it was here. And don't get me wrong, Nashville's awesome. I love Nashville with so much of my heart, but I think there becomes a problem when there's a church on every corner and when you live in the Bible Belt, where it kind of becomes more of like a hobby and a culture rather than just like who you are. And honestly, when I'm around all that sometimes and it starts to feel ungenuine, I start to shut down about it, and I start to not want to talk about it, and I start to not want to talk about who Jesus is, because I feel like it just kind of goes straight through. And I feel like there's no real authenticity behind it. And so being here in LA with that has just reminded me of so much. And I was talking to my friend about my journey to Nashville and about what I thought it was supposed to look like. Like, I was going out there with a purpose. I was going out there and I thought like, okay, I'm gonna get to Nashville, then I'm gonna learn more about Jesus. Then I'm gonna grow my relationship with Jesus. Which, don't get me wrong, I totally did, but it is not anything like I thought it was gonna look like. I thought I was gonna go out there, do X, Y, and Z, learn this, that, and the other thing, and move on with my life. But it is so not like that. And one thing that my friend said the other night that stuck out to me was like, it's when things don't go how we expect them to go that we know it's from God, because He works in ways we are never gonna understand. And honestly, I've learned so much about who Jesus is not by some things in the past year, and it doesn't make sense in my head. Like, why did LA teach me who Jesus is and the Bible Belt teach me who Jesus is not? That doesn't make any sense, you know? But I was talking to my friend and she was encouraging me in the fact that she was like, Jackie, you always had your voice, you always knew who you were, but I feel like Nashville really put you in the position to use your voice and to prove to you almost that you can use your voice. And it was really cool because I've really learned to put my foot down, stand up for myself, and like what I believe in. And they're telling me, they're like, you get to go into like life now and be like, well, that's Jesus, that's not Jesus, that's not Jesus, that's Jesus right there. And to just know what's genuine and true to me. And I think that that's really beautiful. It's really special, you guys. And there's something really special about the group of girls that I have out here in LA. I've never seen a group of friends support each other as much as this group of girls out here, like as genuine and real and constant as it is. And it's not even just because that they're my friends that I think that, it's just in general, the world needs people like them. And that doesn't really have anything to do with the topic. I just want to brag on my friends for a little bit because they know how to do community. And I want that to spread. I want us to learn, and so I keep telling them I want the world to learn from them how to do friendship. Like, I have this one friend, we're just like reminiscing about like conversations that we had a year ago before I was gonna move to Nashville and things that I would say. She just always loved me where I'm at. She loved me before I moved to Nashville, and the process in my mind of what I thought I was gonna be, even though maybe she knew a little bit more than I did about what I was getting myself into or what I was gonna go do. And then in the process, she would just listen to the process and loved me in that. And then afterwards, now I'm talking about it as like a past thing, and she just loves me the same now. And she told me, she was like, Jackie, it's not like I was like loving, oh, young baby Jax, like she'll learn someday, she'll get on this level. And she's like, you were always just you, and I was always just loving you. And I think that that's a lot like Jesus, and I think that she is a lot like Jesus, and it's just really cool. It taught me that Jesus does love us in our process. He loves us in the before, when we're excited, we don't know, even though he knows what's going to happen, but we don't. But he loves and is excited with us. He loves us during the process of like, oh, what is true, what's not true? What am I going to take with me from this, and what am I going to leave behind? And who knows, he loves us in that. And then he loves us in the after, looking back and reflecting and being like, what's next? I love you. I've been having a really good time on this trip home to LA. It's really special to me. And again, don't get me wrong, I love Nashville. I love Nashville a lot. There's a lot of amazing things about it. LA is just something special. I love the wonder and the innocence that's here about Jesus. Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't heard already, I'm writing a book that I'm stoked about. If you want to read the first 3 pages of that book, then go click the link to my Patreon page, the box on the side of the screen or the description box below. That's where you can find out more information about that and get more involved in my ministry and what it is that I want to do in this world. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a good rest of your day.